Every Friday night. No cooking necessary, no assembly required.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome everyone
Happy
to
Friday,
Behind
everybody.
the Gates. Welcome to Behind the Gates podcast, everyone, where we discuss Beyond the Gates. And oh, what a week did we have. But before we get started, you will notice we have someone different in the chair tonight. Everybody, welcome Aly sitting in with us. She is co-hosting with us this week in place of Keisha. Welcome, Aly, to the show.
Yes, very welcome, Aly.
All right. Aly is one of our former gatekeepers of the week. And so if you want to sit in the chair with us and be a gatekeeper of the week, then you need to do what, Angela?
You need to comment, post, repeat, comment, post, repeat, engage, comment, post, repeat, and keep doing that so you can basically be seen and be known. And then we're going to pick you out of and see how you can get in this chair and basically talk with us. But we love talk. You guys have been really engaging some this week, especially in the chat. So, yes, keep it up.
All right. So let's get into it. This week we finally got all the tea to Martin's story.
Hot.
But before we go there, let's talk about the aftermath before we get into actually what happened. So, Martin decides to hold a press conference. Well, before we go to the press conference, before we find out what his motivation for the press conference is, let's go here.
That was a
Martin sees
good right hook.
Kenny in the park with Samantha. Now, Kenny is very bold. We have learned already through this whole time. He's very bold. He's been at the house. He was sitting up in there playing chess with Tyrell last week. Now he out here talking to Samantha. And Martin said, enough is enough. And I am sick of the hold this man has on my family. So when he was making all these phone calls and things, I would have never thought and guessed that we'd end up here. I didn't think that this is what Martin was talking about, but he decides that he's going to do the press conference. And his decision is to tell it all. Now, is this a good decision or a bad decision?
Bad.
And I think horrible decision. And I think that we're torn in the group, but I think about this we all agree. How is it that you have not told to your family, especially your husband, your parents, none of the powers that be about what is happening, and you're going to go now on television that's going to end up being national news and implode your entire life without talking to your family, which means your husband, your children, your mother, your aunt, your siblings, your cousins, the whole everybody is going to find out what happened live on TV and not from you, not from the family. Horrible decision. Absolutely, absolutely bonkers to me. And I'm thinking, how in God's green earth did that even enter your mind? Like, really, Martin? This is what you're going to do? But of course, you got Bill and you got Vernon saying, no, 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 no. That's a bad idea. Even got Joey Armstrong is like, you know what? I got to come to the conference because I've got to look out for my best interests. So this is huge. This is huge. And so Bill is here. He's stalling because, as we know, that Marcel is doing his thing. Now, here's where I take issue. Vernon sees Marcel with Kenny outside the window, and he sees this weapon that he's brandishing. How dare you now want to turn into your righteous indignation with, that's not what I told you to do. You saw it. You turned around and continued into the press conference. Why you didn't go outside and say, hey, what you doing? That was your point then. If you really wanted to quote unquote stop it.
Yep.
That was your
You
point.
didn't move. You just sat there.
Yeah,
He
but that
saw.
yeah, that could have drew attention to the press though. So that was another big issue.
Not necessarily because he could have just eased out
Oh, yeah, true. That's true.
and stood in front of him and said, "This is not what I want you to do," or "Let's talk," or something.
Hmm.
This is not how we're going to handle this. But you saw it clearly, turned around and act like it wasn't there. So you are just as guilty, Vernon. So
Hmm.
you, how dare you pop here at the end with this face like that's not what I told you to do. Like you didn't just see it 15 minutes earlier.
Hmm.
Okay. Vernon, I'm trying to tell y'all these Duprees, they something else.
Yeah, they something else.
Because
Yeah.
money does not solve all these problems like at all. So
They,
because
they
that's what
want
he felt it
to
did. Yeah.
they want everybody else to make all the problems go away while they keep their hands clean.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
Kenny, I'm sorry, you had to get dealt with.
Yep.
And
Good. That was so wrong. I was like, he's
Kenny,
sitting up there, that serious dead action, like the outline, the whole outline thing.
now at first I was thinking, okay, is he really gone? Because he didn't really, my husband said, Marcel is an excellent shot, boom, one straight there, gun, not even the blood anywhere, just one little spot, and Kenny is done in broad daylight, no less,
Hmm.
in the park. Now, how do we know security cameras? People could have seen Marcel do this, or did he? He was pretty close up on him. So how is it? You didn't have a sniper, a sharpshooter somewhere. What in the what? And not Lynn say Bill about to make her fall in love. Okay, Bill. Okay, Lynn. Listen, I was thinking maybe this is a possibility that maybe Marcel kind of staged this and he paid him to leave and it's not really done. But of course, the actor, has said, no, he's gone. It's done. And that's it. But so Kenny is gone, y'all. Rest in peace, Kenny. But let me just say this. Martin was so ready to be out from under this whole spell. And I think that this is a testament to his mental state not being where it needs to be. So let's just say that first of all. Hey Donald, welcome to Behind the Gates. I think
Donald.
that his
Hey,
his
Donald.
mental
Hey, Donald.
I think his
Hey,
mental
Lynn.
capacity is not where it needs to be. Martin has been shell shocked from this. And I was sitting there thinking, based on how he told the story so fluently, how is it that you don't remember what color is your money? How don't you having flashes like it was all coming together, but you were able to sit and tell the family when you told the family, you told it so seamlessly and perfectly. So at what point did this whole recollection come back?
And then he
That
told
was
the
my
kids
thing.
something else.
Well,
He
he
told the
had
kid
to. I
like
mean,
a,
or you
yeah.
you
I
had
would
to,
have
Aly.
told him.
You're not
I
gonna
would have
sit there
told
and
him.
tell your daddy's a murderer. I killed somebody. Are you really gonna say that? No, not to
Yeah,
the babies.
I mean, yeah, I would have
What
probably.
good? What good is gonna come from telling them that this happened? That you did this? They already can't keep a secret.
Yeah.
They just them kids. No, they don't have the mental capacity to handle that. So he didn't need to tell them that. He didn't need to tell them that. I think the version he told them was good enough, but it's not going to be good enough because Samantha, of course, they know them kids.
They're
I'm telling you,
nosy.
them
They're
kids,
nosy.
them kids. I can't stand them kids. I'm telling you. But here we go. So here's the story. Wait a minute. Here's the story. These two gentlemen walk upon them as they are changing a tire on this dark country road, and they come up and basically they're harassing them. It's apparently, as it's been implied, they're in a small town, which could be called the yeah, they do, Donald. Them kids need a whooping. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
I can't stand them kids. They're in what would be conceived as a sundown town. So those of you all who are watching or watch this later, if you're not familiar with what a sundown town is, it is historically a town or city that is not favorable to Black people when the lights go down. Basically, when the sun goes down, you really don't want to be there, or you don't want to be out because of our people in white hoods and things that they do after dark to Black people. So that is what a sundown town is. So apparently, Vernon and Martin are get the black tire in a sundown town. And this is what happens. They come up to these different guys. Now, the one in the hat, after one hit on the head, Martin, he's done. Boom. Martin got some heavy hands because he, bam.
Yeah.
One hit to the head. Now you tearing the other one's face apart with a tire iron, which God bless you.
No, he just had his fist.
No, he had
the tire iron. The tire iron for both.
It was still in his hand because when he was punching, when he went up and down, I thought it was just his fist.
No, it was like he was
tire iron for both.
Bam, 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 bam. So
he should have been dead then.
Thank you. I didn't think that one hit would do this one, but let me just say, shout out to Ted Richardson and Associates Plastic Surgery, because man,
he did a fabulous job.
You did a fabulous job, because this dude on the right ends up being Kenny, which it looks more like the one on the left should have been Kenny, because he looks more matching to the face that they have for this new person. But no, he did this one over here. Hopefully they join us too, Donald. Let us know. Tell them to shout us out when they come in to say hello. We'll give them a shout out. But Ted did a heck of a job on the old boy's face. Let me just say that. But okay, so apparently they're there. They talk a lot of smack, a lot of racial slurs go around, and then they push Granddad, and then it goes down. Boom. Martin say, "Oh no, y'all forget I'm about that life. I know I'm the congressman, but hey, don't play with me and do not mess with Vernon."
Got it from Ted, because he didn't get it from Nicole did show out this week. So
Nicole, he got it from Nicole. He got it from all of them. It's in there somewhere in that Dupree blood. Martin loses it and just goes to work on this guy. And now, as you see, the shirt's all messed up. I want to know how though. He said he got Vernon's clothes when he came home in a different clothes. How he come home with a members only jacket? Did y'all peep that? Vernon got.
I said that had to be Marlell. What is his name? That had to be the cop or either the father.
How he come home in a members only jacket from this whole thing?
They pulled that one way out the back of the closet.
And how did? So did he take them? Did they go home to their house first, and he got something out of their closet? So that's how I need to know what happened before he got home. Like, they still need to clear some stuff up. But Martin come home in a members only jacket that night.
Marcel. He said Marcel took him home. Remember?
Yeah. Was he?
Oh, was it? I thought he said the clothes were Granddad's though. He said the clothes.
Yeah, but I think he took
Vernon.
both of them home. But I'm thinking they changed in the car. That's why the buttons is all crazy.
Was Kenny and his brother were they wearing like jackets like that?
Why if they had to dispose dead man's jacket? Would you?
Well, but they had to dispose of his brother.
I'm trying to add it there. No,
maybe
that's not their clothes.
Okay.
No,
that's not their clothes. Donald says Marcel took him home. Okay, so Marcel took him home, but I'm still trying to figure out now where the members only jacket came from.
Probably a valet then.
A valet.
Yeah,
I think it was Marcel.
Okay, so Smitty, we know we've been watching for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks about this whole thing. And my question now, my first question of the night is, now that we know exactly what happened, did it live up to the hype? Did it give us all it needed to give with what actually happened?
Well, we kind of pieced it all together, because even in the beginnings phases, we were like, somebody is unalived. We didn't, we said that in the beginning. So we knew that was happening. And then, I don't know, it was kind of leading because of the story itself. It's like, okay, it's going to be some kind of black-white issue. Because it just, it could. But then we were also thinking it might have been something with June, which we still think something with June is in here somewhere. But I don't know.
I was underwhelmed. I am like Donald says, it was underwhelming, and that's exactly what I used in the group. The secret was underwhelming for me. Like, y'all have hyped us up so much, and then this is what you give us. I was like, I'm not feeling this. But
I think
also
because
that
it
gives
took
us
so
the way.
long. If it
Right.
wouldn't have taken so long, maybe.
And it for me, it took me to so many different places due to the flashbacks, because how the lights and stuff were, and then what they were saying, or what
Right.
he was
Yes,
getting
yes,
in
yes.
flashback. So I did not know it would be
Uh,
this. So that's what kind of confused me, but it did take a long time to get there.
well, you know what, Lynn, I see your point in this about it, it being what could have really happened out there on that road. But I guess what I am referring to was all the so-called, the flashing lights, all the fanfare, all the this and that. Like I was expecting for it to be super like major, 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 major thing for me. And it just did not
Yeah.
give to me what I thought it was supposed to give. Sonya said she thought it was kind of underwhelming as well.
Underwhelming. Because we
But
had enough time to kind of figure it out. It was drawn out a
right.
little too long, I think.
I think that there was no shock value. I think it was more like, okay, empathy, but the shock value of what happened, we lost it over this time. However, now I think the drama, this is when the real drama is going to happen. The aftermath is now where we strap ourselves into the roller coaster seat, because now we have to go through everybody's reactions. How is Martin going to get out of this? What is Smitty and Jacob going to do? Like now it starts to get good, that now that we know what the tea is now.
And Nicole and her specialness.
Yes. So wait a minute. I like what Donald just said. He says he would have been taken more about if there was a potential lynching. Okay, see, and exactly like if it had been even more drama. It's a soap opera.
More drama
Let's go
to it.
there. Let's play it out. Let's play it out even more. I think that would have added to more of the hype. I think it would have.
I don't think the network said they were ready for that one yet, though.
I don't think so, but I appreciate them touching it. But we'll get there in a second. But we get home, and now, okay, he wants to tell Smitty, and the first thing he gonna do is, wait a minute, come on, y'all, stop playing with me. Let me be great. You're gonna sit there and confront me to tell them about it and hit these badass kids. Like you demand something. We are demanding this from you, and you in grown folks' business. Like, wait a second. How you gonna? And
see, this is a different generation of kids. See, you thinking back with our generation of kids. You just you didn't basically get privy to all that information. You basically heard that later on in years.
And when did it change? Because my mama, first of all, would not even allow me in the room. Her and my daddy talking not enough for me to sit up here and say,
be in their face.
I'm demanding for you to tell me what's going on. No,
exactly.
No,
yeah, no, that's some special.
Absolutely not. And I'm sorry, Martin. I know y'all trying to be these, parents to your friends and all this gentle parenting and all this stuff. But this rule of everybody tells everybody everything, no, that's some bull. No, I'm sorry. No, Sonya, you're right. They need to be popped up in the mouth real quick, real fast in a hurry. But they look at them like you owe. And then what kind of parent is Smitty to even say, I demand you tell us all at one time? You don't know what you're about to hear.
Yeah, you don't know what's getting ready to come out his mouth.
And let's think about it. Y'all got your little rule. So you're already upset because Martin is acting out of character. So if he's so much out of character that you have gone behind him to get with Jacob, and now you investigating your husband because he is so out of character and out of pocket, what makes you think that what he has to say to you when he finally tells you is PG enough to talk about it in front of these kids? But no, you in fact found him. Oh, you so much. I want to know. I'm the investigator. I'm the journalist. I gotta know that you are not thinking about the so-called kids that you concerned about their welfare for. You're not thinking about their welfare. You ready for Martin to pull the tea. Your ears burning so much to hear it that you don't care who in the room when you hear it. And that's the problem that I have with Smitty.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a problem that he ends up putting him out. But you are doing the very thing that you are saying Martin is doing by putting the kids in harm's way. You're not acting in the way that your mouth is speaking. Your actions and your words are not aligning. If everything is how much danger this family could be in, what you have done to us, but you want me to tell you in front of the kids that could further expose you to more danger.
Martin, like Sonya said, Martin asked them to leave. And then Smitty was like, no, why? Like you said, it's that reporter mentality is in his head, and he's got to hear everything at one time.
I want to hear it. But so finally Samantha come up, the only one with some sense. But then here you go. Now you don't have an ounce of sympathy for this man. You gave this man one hug during the course of this whole story and then told him to stop being the victim. What the hell are you talking about? I am the victim. You was the one holding me through the nightmares. What are you talking about?
Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Sonia. Yes.
I am the victim. Didn't I just tell you I unalived somebody and the other one is coming back stalking me and I'm the one sweating and howling and screaming at night trying to protect y'all and fail what to do, and you gonna tell me to stop being the victim? I am the victim.
He was sympathetic in the beginning, Donald, but I mean, now he's basically blowing it all out. It's like, okay, at this point, you still needed, especially as this black man just went through all this drama, and you basically, your sympathy went out the window. You still kicked him out.
He went from sympathy and empathetic, which I agree he started, to investigative reporter, to all I wanted is know what it is. And now he was stuck in that mode and he cannot rein it back and be Smitty the husband at this point. He is still Smitty the investigative reporter with a chip on his shoulder because why didn't you tell me? And now that I have told you, the first thing out your mouth is I would not have been on board for the cover-up. So you have telling me right now you would have hauled my black ass off to jail.
Yep.
Had I told you 2 years ago.
Because it sounds like it. Because you can't.
So
again, he's just tired of being lied to, though.
I understand. I understand him and Nicole both. Believe me, I understand. But you show us every time why we don't tell you.
Yeah,
because of how you act
right now.
Yeah.
If I thought that you could handle some news, I would tell you. But the moment I tell you and you crash out, I cannot trust your emotions as my spouse. And I cannot trust that if I tell you something, well, that's not right. That's immoral. We can't have that. Come on, you got to go to jail. You got to get up out my house. If I don't want to deal with that, I'm not going to tell you. Now, Martin, yes, you was wrong for not giving Smitty heads up about Kitty coming back in town when you knew who he was. When you found out, you was wrong. You didn't tell him. You held a press conference without him. So now the whole family gonna find out. I mean, via secondhand because you imploding your life without telling them. So that's strike number 2, Martin. You're right. Now, and them kids. We done told y'all about stranger danger. We done told you about
they too old for this. I'm like, seriously.
We done told you stop talking to strangers. We done told you to stop doing crazy stuff. We done told you. So why do I have to go around and say, remember, don't talk to strangers because I got somebody stalking me? Yeah, I might could have said, listen, look out for this person because this person got beef with the family. But why I got to even go there if I done told you stop talking to people? You know your father is a congressman. You know we on high alert. Why would you bring a strange man from the park, from the internet, into the house, no less?
Yeah, he's a political figure, a high one. Why are you bringing strange people into the house that you don't know? That's...
Well, Donald, Nicole does need to take Ted back.
We'll
I
agree.
Get there in a second.
That's what I was getting ready to say,
in a second. She need to take him back, and you look. Damn it! Now we'll get there.
Where we need Sonya for how long?
But I'm like, Smitty, I was very disappointed in your reaction, and my thing is this. We might need some space from each other. I can agree that, okay, this is a lot to process because this story is a lot, y'all. It's a lot to process. But I pay the bills up in here. Your little one story between here and there, not keeping the lights on, Smitty. I'm the one paying the bills up in here. So if anybody leaving, it's you. I ain't going nowhere.
No, you did.
This is my house. This my house. Don't call me when the light bill due. Don't call me when it's time to pay the rent or the mortgage because you put me out. You are trying to benefit on being a Dupree and having your lifestyle, but your little story from here to there is not paying these bills.
Oh, goodness.
I sure did. I sure did, because this is my house. I'll sleep on the couch. I go to the guest room. You ain't putting me out. If you don't want to be around me, you leave. And let your investigative report and check pay for your hotel room.
Oh gosh.
That's where I'm at. I'm sorry. No, I done been through a lot. I done poured my heart out to you, and I come home and you got my bags packed at the door.
I'm with Sonia. I like this one. She said, how long can Smitty be trusted? Because that's what I'm wondering, if he's going to basically let it go or if he's going to still stand by his man.
Sonia, he can't be trusted, and I'm going to tell you why. He's in investigative reporting role, and then that daggone Jacob now, he the same way, and his daddy told him plain saying today, stop before you get hurt. Now, that's all the warning I need. I'm it's done.
Like, because we're family. You brought up the whole family connection. So I'm telling you right there, stop. And you still basically going at it. But we were doing this for a while, man. I'm telling you to stop. That means, oh, okay. Let me put it together. We family. Okay. That's it. Okay,
leave it alone.
I think we have to also worry about his coworker, because the coworker that made the call. So they might have the information as well that he was using to investigate this. So it's kind of sporadic, everywhere, but we got to worry about that. So for that, I think Smitty can be trusted, but Jacob's kind of onto him maybe.
Well, see, as you see that this is of next week, they're going to get so caught up in it now, figuring it out, and Jacob is going to be pushing. They're going to expose it all. I just think that that's how we're going to go. And it's going to get to the point that now we know that Joey Armstrong is in on this. Joey's not going to have it. And one of them two, between Smitty and Jacob, somebody going to end up like James Novak.
Oh, please don't say it.
I'm sorry.
That hurt my heart that day.
That's what's gonna happen. And Smitty, I'm sorry. I understand. I'm right with you on some points, and some points I think you're dead wrong, Smitty. So I've said before, it's a double-edged sword, and you never know how you're gonna react in some of these, situations and whatnot. But and then you're gonna tell Samantha, I just can't live with him. I just can't have him living here.
Yeah.
Well, at what point it's done? Look, it's done. He can't go back and dig the man up and rewind it. So now you're going to have to find a way to live with the reality of what it is. You saying, I can't live with him no more. So you throwing your whole marriage away because of this secret. Not saying it's not a big secret.
It's a self-defense issue.
Yeah,
but you are not even allowing yourself to walk in this man's shoes. And honestly, you can't. You cannot walk in his shoes.
Yep.
So, but I understand. Okay, let me take some time to understand it, and let me get my bag, and you and the kids be all right. Let me, when I come back, I'm ready to talk.
It's a big house. It's like, okay, somebody sleep on the couch. That's the same thing I said with Ted and Nicole. I'm like, I'm not leaving my house.
They're gonna make a huge mess, Sonya, and I'm like, y'all, stop it if you know what's best for you. If you know what's best. But we're going to come back in just a second, and we are going to continue this conversation because we still have so much to unpack. So y'all sit tight, and we will be right back. All right, y'all. So what is shout out to the writer and team for having the courage to tackle this story. Let's just
Yeah,
start there.
I thought that was
That they
good.
are doing a phenomenal job of even touching this in the manner in which they're touching it. So shout out to them. So let's talk about this. They are in this sundown town, and they are a former senator and a congressman. And they call the chief of police and Marcel.
Hmm.
So, what does this say about these four prominent black males who collectively made the decision to do away with this amongst themselves and not call the authorities in that town? And I know that they said, hey, we just couldn't trust what the police there would do. But are they further digging into how it is? Let's do a real life parallel. How is it that these four prominent black men had zero faith in the police and justice system that they could actually prove that it was a hate crime and that it was self-defense? So are they putting the message out that all they see is the skin that we're in and not what we're saying? Is it a reverse DEI dig that you're only in the position that you're in because of DEI and not by your merit, which means even though you are the chief of police of DC Metro, your word is not carrying a hill of beans concerning this? Because yes, it's out of Elon's jurisdiction, but would his word not carry weight
As the police chief,
as the police chief?
Mm-hmm.
but
So
I don't know why they even went down that road in the middle of the night. It's like you should know better than to go down some of these towns. But I
and
mean,
Vernon being a former civil rights, though, is he thinking we're past that? But then when he's confronted in his face again, it's right back to let
right
me
back
go
there
back to
again.
1950, 1960, and I'm freedom fighting again, and I'm not thinking that anyone is gonna listen to me.
I think so. But even though
What is it?
I guess but he's a senator and a civil rights. If he would have basically brought in press, but maybe they're thinking at that moment you're still two black men in the woods by yourselves. Yeah. And you basically just killed or beat up one white guy, and then you basically beat up another one. What do you do at that point? Seriously.
Okay, I understand that the two of them out there together, the phone call of the police of that town is not the move. But now that you have Elon and Marcel there as backup, why not make the call then? Why not say now we have the chief of police of DC Metro and a lead career detective here to kind of have our
He
back
probably
as
could
to
have
what has
called some
happened?
FBI friends or somewhere from somewhere. It's true. He probably could have. Because I'm sure he had some kind of secret service or something at some point when he was doing, yeah. But, and what does
Yeah,
Donald
you're
say? Donald said, in reality, what?
He says, in our reality, it would have been tricky to advocate, but the writers do a great job in showing that Jim Crow still exists more than what someone and exactly
Yeah.
it does. It does. And these sundown towns are still in existence. For
Mm-hmm.
those people who want to turn a blind eye to say these things are not happening, it is. And Sonya, they did take a wrong turn, but even though they took the wrong turn, they still felt comfortable enough to continue through the journey and not turn around.
I'd
They
turn around.
said, "Okay, we're going." But I mean, you're not thinking someone's
Scenic
gonna
route.
stop you. You're not foreseeing you're gonna have a flat tire. You're just like, okay, well, we'll just take the scenic route.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that, but and even you saw how cavalier they were. Okay, we got a flat tire. All
Just
right,
talking,
get out
yeah.
and
We
change
can
it.
see fire, yeah.
No big deal. But then instantly they're confronted with what just happened, and it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, we're in a real life situation here.
Mm-hmm.
And all they can see is anybody going to believe me because of this black skin that I'm in?
He was
Donald said
using the
yes.
GPS. He was.
Turn on the GPS and turn around. Exactly.
Well, and I think that he just took the wrong turn. That's all.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, Marvella.
Marvella. They just not thinking. I mean, but they weren't thinking my life is going to be in danger by doing
Yeah.
this.
Because I know I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but because it kind of parallels what Nicole said about, oh, they didn't see the congressional plates, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they
it's like,
probably stopped them because of the congressional plates. Because if you think back a couple
Mm-hmm.
of weeks, Kenny said 2 people out here with congressional plates. Kenny mentioned it. So it sounds like they saw it and they targeted them because they
mm-hmm.
figured the money. They saw congressional
Yeah,
plates
the
and they thought
money.
money. They
They
thought
probably was
money
like, what color
first.
is your money?
Yeah,
What
and
color
then
is your money?
Nicole,
They thought
yeah,
money
and
first.
Nicole saying that it was just like, she wasn't talking about the whole like race issue. It was more of like, oh, this is a political figure. They got
Right.
pulled over like that. So it was kind of out of her mind that it could be something
Right.
like racially motivated. But then,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So it's kind of like
But in
it's
that
almost in a
aspect,
sense that everyone wants to say the racism does not exist, and so therefore
yeah.
we've been gaslit to assume that that's not the first thing that's in someone's mind. It has to be something else.
But
So
as a mother of a black son, I don't see how she couldn't. I mean, like it's just like Anita said, we've kind of protected you and coddled you, and I think they really did because she didn't see all of this in the beginning. She was like, she's kind of like, okay, they're on a dark road and you're talking. I mean, that's the first place my mind went. I don't know.
right,
That's just,
hmm
having a
but
black son. I'm like, kind of, where's my baby? Yeah, I don't know why
yeah,
she didn't do that.
but I think Anita is there because she grew up in Capri Green and she did that whole thing with Vernon. The lesser generations didn't have that because I'm gonna give you 2 examples of me being a black woman, and I do have a black son, but I'm still a bit out of touch when it comes to what they understand because someone that I used to know, they were driving from Atlanta to Columbia, South Carolina. And when you come through, you have to go through Augusta, Aiken, Lexington, and then Columbia. Well, in Lexington, and this person had a habit of driving late night. So it was 1 in the morning. They got pulled over by the police because they said they were speeding, which it could have been, but they got pulled over by the police. But instead of being questioned, he was dragged out of his car, handcuffed, put in the back of a police vehicle while the officers searched the vehicle for drugs. Now, of course, he's like crying and upset because he's like, I'm out here in the middle of the night. It's 1 a.m. in Lexington, South Carolina. Nobody knows I'm out here. These cops could have done anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm like, oh my God. And the same individual, one particular night, we're out riding and we're back in Atlanta, in Marietta, actually. And we are driving through this neighborhood and there was some police presence happening there. We didn't know what was going on. We were in the neighborhood. I think we were looking at houses, just cruising. We decided to turn around to try to get out and the police stopped us. So I'm like, okay, well, you're stopping us. If you're going to tell us what's happening to get out of the way. He throws his hands up. He's like, officer, we wouldn't do anything. I mean, he got his hands up and I'm looking at him like, what is wrong with you? And he's looking at me like, don't you understand that I'm the black male in the car and I'm the one that's going to end up in the receiving end of this bullet if they decide that they to see a threat by not seeing my hands. I could not totally relate because I'm laughing to the top. I'm talking to him like nothing's going on. He laughing back at me, but this guy is completely freaking out in the car. And I'm like, I cannot relate. But then afterwards, when we had the conversation, I'm like, oh, my mind did not even
Yeah, did
go
not go
there
there.
because I've never
Um,
had that experience, but he's had that experience more than once. So it was like instant PTSD. And I was like, oh my God, like I felt so bad, like I was being super insensitive, but that was not my reality in that case. And so taking it back to Vernon and Martin, Vernon especially, it was probably 1960 all over again. late 50s, like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I just wanted to say, shout out to the writers for tackling this. And Donald, thank you for saying that you lived in red states and you developed this awareness. And you have to, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they did a wonderful job with this show of highlighting what African American males are
You have
what
to
go
are
through
up against.
and what we're up against in this fight. I think they did a very good job. He did go into survival mode, like, okay, instead of let's trust the process and the justice system, let's hide it. Which now like he said, is even more perilous now because you can't go back
Mm-hmm.
because you committed another crime on top of that by covering it up. So you can't
Yeah.
go back, and you cannot go back and play the race card,
Or the victim card at this point,
the
because
victim card, the self-defense card, the hate crime card. You can't do anything because you created an even bigger mess by
mm-hmm.
covering it up.
Yep.
So
Because
now
we still
it's
don't know
what's
what
going to
happened
happen.
to the body.
Yeah,
We
we
don't know
still
what
don't know
happened
where
to the
he
first
is.
body, what happened to the truck, what happened to, nobody asked any questions about this person, these two
That's not,
brothers that basically just disappeared from the county.
and here's the thing. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, this is my theory. This is when we get into theories and predictions. This is my theory as to how Martin's gonna get off. I don't know about Marcel, I don't know about Elon, but Martin. This is my theory. Let's take a look at this picture, everybody. Well, not that picture, y'all. Please let me be great tonight. Move. What do you see?
Yeah, I didn't even see that little thing over there. You were talking about it. Just it's like, oh,
This to me looks like a little encampment, maybe like a little tent or
homeless.
something. And it is my opinion and thought and prediction that a certain person named June might be living in this dwelling.
Oh, yeah. I did
Why
not
do I
notice
say
that.
that? Why do I
Just
say that I think that this is June? Well, remember what we talked a couple of weeks ago, how we noticed the parallel in the stories. We noticed that every time they talked about June, they went directly to Martin's story. We also know that June is connected to Jacob's story. Now we know that Smitty and Jacob are going to be working together to uncover this story that has everything to do with Martin. I believe that June is in this encampment and she saw everything that night. And you know who was going to be the character witness as to how it really went down? It's going to be June on Martin's behalf. If they can pry it out of her, because she's a little scatterbrain right now. But I believe that June possibly saw everything that happened that night. And that is how June's story ties in together. And I also think that, remember we were talking about that picture that June has of those kids, that might be Samantha and Tyrell. I don't think so. I think that is June and her sister as kids. Because remember, now that we've discovered that that's a sister. And it's your sister. She said, my sister's dead to me. But I think that picture is her and her sister. Because now they introduced the sister into it. So I don't think she's Samantha and Tyrell's mother. But I do think she saw what happened that night. And I think she's in this encampment here 2 years ago.
Yes.
So that is my thought on that, about that. So we shall see how Martin goes about. Now, I don't know how Elon. I think Elon is going to end up losing his job.
Yeah.
I think Marcel is on his way to retirement anyway. I think he might not get to retire or not, or Joey might just come in and try to clear up the whole scene. We don't know what Joey gonna do because he a loose cannon. But talking about loose cannons, before we just lose this whole subject right quick, before we move on, what is this? Oh, come on, let me be great. What is this chick's problem?
That crazy heifer there.
Vanessa has gotten beside herself. I'm so sorry. How you talking to Joey Armstrong like this? Do you not realize who this man is? I mean, I know y'all have an intimate relationship, but do you not realize how dangerous this man is? And you talking to him like he
Messing with
Doug?
Tony Soprano? And she
But
don't know?
Doug was talking to him like that too, though. So they
Well,
both are like being bold, talking to Joey like that.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And I think they
It's like
taking
finally
Joey's.
he grew a pair and now he got
I think they taking Joey's niceness for weakness, but Joey gonna
Mhm.
have to show them something.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to cut off a finger.
Joey gonna have to show them that. Yeah. I thought the area of the incident was on the side of the road in a small town. It is on the side of the road in a small town, and I think that that's how June ended up in the underpass because she saw what was out there on that road, and she went to go with a populated area. I could be wrong because I was thinking that why would June be in a sundown town? But however, they always parallel their scenes together. So I still think June ties into this some type of way. And I think she's living in that encampment. And I think that's why she got up out of Dodge. She got the Heliance out and went to the underpass. That's what I think. That's my idea. But yeah, when he put Vanessa in her place,
Yes, he did.
yeah. Lord, Angela, I hear you fanning. I know you
Oh,
hot, but
sorry.
you like. Yes, you're right, Donald. Joey is. Joey said, "Listen, I like how you playing with me. It's cute and all, but listen,
Yeah.
your pocketbook is not golden. I can get it a dime a dozen from any other woman. You are not special. And if you keep
Mm-hmm.
putting your nose in my business, I'm gonna show you how unspecial you are." And
The
she
Cypress
so
lost his fizzle. Donald, you a mess.
So yeah, Miss Vanessa, she is off the chain. She really, really is. So yeah,
He was trying to take that away from her, I guess. He's like, oh, nope, I'm going to leave you or something.
I I think Vanessa has always been a little bit out there, but I think that she doing too much. She always has been too much, but I think she doing too much, and I'm
She's
gonna
like
need her to
taking
get it right.
and
Yeah.
Anastasia's job. The what
Yeah.
this mom's job.
Yes, yes. And then you're gonna go over there to Nicole and this all of Martin's business. Oh, I came over here to see what was going on because he left so quickly. Like, and then you telling everybody business but your business because
Yep.
you didn't tell Nicole you was there seeing Joey too. You
Mm-hmm.
skirted
You left
around
that
that, but
part
you
out. I
telling
had a
everybody else's
client.
tea.
A client.
You pouring everybody else's tea but your own, ma'am. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, sis, nah,
Yeah, she's
nah.
like, he just ran out of the press conference, and I happened to
Mm-hmm.
be there.
Vanessa
Yes.
met her match in Joey. Yes, she did.
She did. Now, let's take care of some housekeeping and then we'll get to some rest. But right now, it is time for the church announcements. All right, Miss Allie, bring us the Fairmont Crest CME church announcements for the night.
Okay, good afternoon, Fairmont CME Church. Our announcements today are sponsored by Dupree Curtis Modeling Agency, home of Danielle Dupree, and the law offices of Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne, where our slogan is Haley, we still don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Orphe Jeans will be undergoing renovations due to a brawl by involving two women, Nicole Richardson and still an unidentified woman. Renovations will include an addition of security cameras. Please note, don't schedule impromptu press conferences without telling us because you still did not purchase anything.
They sure did.
Not a thing. Not even a coffee.
Like they had to shut down the whole time because
Mm-hmm.
and nobody purchased anything.
Mm-hmm.
The Office of Congressman Martin Richardson will be hosting an online safety seminar on August 3rd. Our office has seen many reports of teens meeting people online, including if this will include his own children. The seminar will also be a family affair featuring the Congressman's own children, Samantha and Tyrell. Are you suffering from bouts of anger you cannot explain? If so, our new hot yoga class, 110 in the Shade, brought to you by Fairmont Crest Yoga Club. Melt away your troubles today.
Oh,
Thank you
God.
very much. And I also
Thank
want
you,
to add to those announcements, y'all. Listen, I'm sure those of y'all have seen it. We've had a whole bunch of new folks come in to our group, and we've had I've had about 10 Clifton Davises, some Bill Hamiltons, some every little bit of everybody. So y'all do know that these are not the real celebrities that you may interact with. Do not engage with them in your DMs. Do not send any money. Do not pay for any podcasts. Do not for any of the hype that they try to send. So don't go there. Also, do not order anything from any link in the group unless it is put up by Keisha, Angela, or myself. There will be some merch coming very soon, but do not order anything from anyone else because someone has already tried to sell us some t-shirts and some stuff for a reunion and all kinds of stuff. So do not engage with these people. Also, again, you guys are doing a wonderful job in our community of keeping it cool, cordial, and respectful of one another. And that is, I think, what sets our group of gatekeepers apart from a lot of the other groups. So let's continue to respect everyone's opinion. We can agree to disagree, but we're going to respectfully disagree with one another. So shout out to every single gatekeeper because y'all are doing a great job. Oh, Donald said false prophets have infiltrated the church. Yes, they have. Yes, they have, and I have been on my job. I have been doing the holy oil. We're not having it. So I've been on my due diligence to shut it down. But yes, we have some false prophets that have been trying to come on in, and we're not about to go through that. So,
listen, Bill Hamilton.
Yes, Angela, go ahead and let all of our people follow on how they can become Gatekeeper of the Week.
So this is how we become Gatekeeper of the Week. We engage like a lot of you guys have been doing. Comment, post, and repeat. And so when you're basically commenting, posting, we're seeing how much you're basically enjoying the show and the podcast and the chat. You guys are blowing up the chat. So yes, but we love seeing that. And then we'll pick one of you to be our we'll pick one of you to be our Gatekeeper of the Week that'll be able to come on like Aly is doing and basically sit with us for a little while and talk about the show and everything else. So just please keep engaging, keep posting, keep commenting, and maybe you will be on the show soon.
And also, as Gatekeeper of the Week, you get an entry into our Procter & Gamble basket giveaway that we're going to be giving away around Christmas time. And it is going to be a basket full of all of our wonderful Procter & Gamble packets. As you see, we have Febreze here. We're going to have some
This
games.
stuff smells so good.
Stuff.
This is the Smooth and Restore whipped warm sugar and shea butter. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm still working on my honey berry hula with the Gain
That's
influence of the Febreze. That stuff smells so good. You know, they always spraying it around. But y'all, if you come on as Gatekeeper of the Week, you're going to get an entry into that basket. And I'm telling you, you want that basket, people. So here we go. So we're going to be right back after this break, and we're going to come back with some trivia. And also the first person who answered the trivia in the comments, you get an entry into, not comment, but comment correct. You get an entry into the Procter & Gamble basket giveaway. So we'll be right back with a little bit of trivia, you guys. Stay tuned.
When I finish with you, 23-hour lockdown. Very good. Oh yeah. How you doing? Hey, how are you?
Best empanadas.
Oh yeah? Yeah, like you guys like it?
So lunch was good.
Yeah, so my horizontal line's a little off. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold tight.
All right, folks. So y'all go in the comments and put your answers to tonight's question. What activity did Martin go to after he passed on basketball in high school? And what is the name of Vanessa's company? Y'all go ahead and put that in the comments. First one to answer it right, and then Angela, y'all keep up with who did what. We'll announce it later in the show if you got the answers right. Now we are at that point in the show, people, where gatekeepers, this is where you go in now and you vote for who should get kicked out of the gates tonight. Y'all been blowing it
There's
up
a
in the
lot
chats
of
today, and I
chickens here.
love it. So y'all go in. You can either do it in a group. There's a poll up in the group with the nominations, or you can nominate someone new, or you can put it right here in the comments of who you just think that gets kicked out tonight, who you vote for and why. So don't just put the name, but you got to put why you are nominating them to be kicked out of the gates tonight. So this is that time. Y'all go ahead and start putting it in the comments. Okay. Now, let's talk about Bill for a second. What do we think about Bill's actions of how he has stepped up for the family in this moment? And he mentioned to, Danny as they were talking, what his thoughts were. I mean, she doesn't know what's going on, but his thoughts of how he's feeling. What are y'all thinking about Bill in this moment? Because I know Lynn, she's in love with Bill. Like she want to take Bill from Haley now of how he's showing up. So, what are y'all thoughts about Bill?
I do think that he's because Vernon has something else on him, because honestly, his entire being of this Bill Hamilton is because of Vernon Dupree. So I think that's why he stepped up in the first place, because he knew if he didn't, like, more things would be exposed about who he really is, maybe.
But he also said when he was talking to Danny at the bar, he said he still, even after them being divorced, looks to Vernon as his, as a father figure. And he's always still wanting his approval because he didn't get that from his own father. So, and I still felt kind of like, y'all have been really pushing Bill. So you did make him who he is, but you did make him who he is. Y'all came to him to basically do the dirt. You might have helped him come along with all his practice and everything, but y'all are pulling the strings and basically making him. Well, I mean, he could have probably said no, but it's like, how do you say no to your father-in-law and who's helped you do this and helped you do that? So I'm like, you know what, Bill, y'all been messing with Bill, that ain't right. It's like he has been getting y'all out of a whole bunch of crap. And
Right.
y'all are basically down in Bill, and I'm like, he keeps coming back and keeps fixing, and y'all keep, I mean, he did do Danny wrong now. Don't get me wrong. I don't appreciate that at all. But
Mhm.
I feel like if
he's had this family's back for a very long time.
because if he was told, like, hey, if you marry my daughter Danny, this will happen for you, and then you also have to do this stuff for me. So that's what, he's still trying to, be true to that. So that's why I think he, stepped in there right there.
But what I think about Bill's actions, I think what it exposes is that he misses being part of that family, and that he felt embraced and loved by them. And even though he's not with Danny anymore, he still misses the embrace of that family. Did you see how he was grabbing Martin's shoulder? Nephew, I got you, nephew. I'm going to take care of you. And how he was going around talking to Joey. Look, Martin is getting this. This is they messing with his family. Like he became Martin's protector almost. Like, this is my nephew, this is family, and y'all are letting this thing get out of hand. Like, it's like he slipped right back into that role of, I'm a family member. Me and Danny may not be together, but I am still a prominent member of this family. And he did not like that Vernon scolded him. Like, you sent him to drink at the country club because of how Vernon cut his feelings up. Like, he's like, Daddy got on me. Like, I did not live up to Daddy's expectations. And I'm just like, what? Bill, and this may be not to help you don't work that way. But he wants to help. He wants to help. He didn't do anything he didn't want to do.
He has to, because I think he has to, because everything he is tied to this family.
I think it's part of that, but I also think it's still that ingrained loyalty. He's right. He knows how to throw it back. Like, y'all had me do some stuff, and we all tied in this together, and he is looking out for his back. But I think it's more than that. I think it's, I want to be there.
Seattle.
Wait a minute now. Donna, what you saying? He misses Danny because she knows was a mistake. I think that not to, oh God, I think Haley just caught Bill in a moment of midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And she took advantage of that. And now Bill is trying to say, you know what, I left Danny, and so I can't make the same mistake twice, because what is that going to say about me? Because I'm trying to say the reason I left was because of Danny. So I got to ride this out. I don't think
he's there yet. I think he's going to get there, but I don't think he's there yet. Well, but I think it's going to come to pass, because he talks with her about more in-depth things than he does do with Haley. And then he knows he knows she's lying about that baby. He knows she's lying. I was going to
say, wait till he find out when it's confirmed that Miss Haley don't have she's not with child. She's the most craziness 6-week pregnant woman I've ever seen in my life. Miss, I'm supposed to be 10 weeks and the baby kicking and moving and talking, and I'm craving already. Like, come on, you did not read your What to Expect When You Expecting book.
Nope, you sure didn't.
Not correctly. And I just like, okay. Yeah, he might go back to Danny, but see, I don't want him back with Danny. I want Danny with Andre. So I want her to move on. I don't want Bill and Danny back together.
I do. I kind of want them back together.
Do you really?
I do.
I don't think that whole family will take him back after that, but I'm like,
because I feel like the Richardson men keep taking those L's, so I can't.
Yes,
I can't.
They do, but oh God, I just want Andre to get his stuff together, and I think Danny needs to live in her moment a minute without. She needs to live off from under Bill, because when she was with Bill, she was stifled. She's trying to do her modeling agency now. She's talking about how she had to dim her light so that Bill could shine. And now that she's able to come off from under that, it's been painful, but I want to see her thrive a little bit without being under Bill's thumb. I want to see that too.
I want to see that too, but
they're gonna be like Brooke and Ridge, and they're gonna be like Victor and Nikki. They're gonna be in each other's lives for years and years to come. But right now, I want to see Danny have some fun with Andre.
And really quick, Donald, they still never sent that email to Bill or Haley. So just to answer that question.
Okay, yes.
What email? What happened?
The ultrasound that
The ultrasound
Haley
she
was
said was gonna
posting.
email so
Yeah.
he could see the thing, the baby.
Mhm.
She ain't
Yeah,
sent. They
that's
ain't done
true.
no ultrasound. They ain't done no ultrasound.
I'm wondering
I
what
understand.
what's her name is going to do with that information. Is she going to go and tell Danny that she?
I think
But I
she's
mean,
gonna.
that's a HIPAA thing. She can't. But
She can't, and she's not. When
yeah,
she realized that Andre is with Danny, she gonna just swallow that up and
yeah.
make Danny be whole. Because she's not gonna be happy about that. But they weren't on this week, so we're not gonna talk about that storyline. Let's go back over to Fairmont Crest. So Miss Anita Dupree showed out with the articulates, and now she done come home and left them heifers in Chicago. And now Vernon is telling her the tea of what's going on. Now
Her face is like, what?
she's like, you have got to be killing me. All this time I've been talking to you and you didn't say anything to me about what's happening. But she didn't seem surprised. It was just kind of like, what? I mean, but she knew already, just like, okay, I'm surprised at newest developments. But then she came with that same self-righteous indignation of, you're not the reason this man is unalived, are you? Oh yes, because your moral high ground and your moral fiber is just so much more than Bill. Bill done got you. Come on now, Anita. Anita, you on the block. Stop it already. You weren't out there that night, but you were just as guilty because you're still looking for Bill and everybody else to fix it for you. And you really don't care how they fix it. And Vernon, you can sit up in here and spin it all you want to, but like we said, you saw what Marcel was gonna do before he did it. You did not stop him. You turned a blind eye, and that's another secret you holding from Anita. Instead of saying I saw it before it happened, you're gonna act like I told him not to do it. I told him not, that's not how we get down, and they did it anyway. So Vernon, you on the block too. I'm sorry. And you talking about all we doing is protecting Martin. We protecting Martin, but you forbid him from sharing it with his husband, which proves
Which
now
is
that was a good
crazy.
idea. But that was a good idea because he would have been behind bars in the clink because Smitty would have not down. So that was a good decision. But
I think
also you kept Nicole out of it.
Yeah. So I'm like, is she's going to go back next week? Of course, that's what she was saying, Nicole, and she's going to basically fuss at Ted and then fuss at Bill about now she's going to become the fixer. But I'm like, I don't know what she's fixing, but I mean, everybody's going to be coming at everybody else. Yeah, because all these tears right now with her, and she's
First of
basically mad at
all,
Mama. She's mad. She's going to be mad at the world right now.
First of all, Nicole, nobody can talk to you because you don't let them get a word in. You forever running your mouth and thinking, over analyzing everybody, Miss Psychologist credential. You don't let anybody get a word in edgewise, and you don't sit down and listen to the story. You done talk 20 years. Mind made up and talk 20 years, and then you go, wait a minute, this don't have nothing to do with Martin and Smitty. If you had shut up, I could have told you. Then you're gonna tell me, get to it already. You've been talking for 30 minutes.
She was trying to smooth her into it. She was trying to do the motherly thing, but yeah. It's like, what you want to do? Well,
because they knew she was going to be upset.
Somebody.
Yeah. Nicole does think she's the smartest person in the room, and she does think she's the smartest person in the room all the time. Talk about, I could have helped him. I could have helped him smooth through. How can you help him get through anything? That boy came to you, Nicole, and you said, I can't treat family. Let me send you over to another psychologist. You pushed him away, and he said, I'm coming to you. Just be my mother and let me talk to you. And you couldn't do that. You dismissed him and said, let me give you a referral to another psychologist. So how could you have professionally smoothed him and fixed him when you said, I can't treat family? That baby came to you, Nicole, and you turned him away.
Down.
So therefore, you are not living up to your words because your actions, again, are not matching your words because that's your son, that's your baby, and you referred him to another psychologist.
And I'm sorry, as a mama, yes, you are a psychologist. So all you had to do was put on your mama hat. You didn't have to be a whole psych. I'm like, girl, please.
And so now you crashing out here over, what has happened, and y'all think y'all couldn't tell me. How could we tell you something like this? What would you have done? What would you have done, Nicole? And you talking about I'm tired of this family thinking I can't handle anything. Look how you acted. You didn't even let Anita finish to tell you that the man is gone. You didn't get the rest of the story out.
Yeah, that is true. She did not.
She walked out and slammed the door. You didn't even get the rest of
Part
the
that the
tea.
man is dead. He's not a threat anymore. She didn't get to that
He's
part.
not a threat. You didn't get to what we're going to do that, because she told me what I'm about to tell you requires your attention and you to get through the aftermath. You didn't even let her finish what the aftermath of this is. She got right on up, grabbed her bag, threw some words, and walked right out that door. Boom.
Not listening. That's not a very good shrink. I don't know what she.
And then you talking about how, Dusty, and then you talking about how nobody tells you anything. Ted came over there to try to talk to you, and you was fussing at him about Danny and Andre, and you didn't let him get a word in edgewise, and he had to tell you to get off your high horse and unclutch your pearls about that, and he didn't get to tell you what was going on with Martin. So he came to try and talk to you again, and you pushed him out. So again, you forever talking, and you don't listen. But how are you a psychologist and you're not listening to people? You think, again, that you hired everybody. You got this moral high ground. You know better than everybody else, and you don't listen to what they're actually saying so that you can take it in. And that is the problem. That is the reason why they did not tell you, Nicole. And I want to know what in the world you think you fixing next week, because you do not know anything. And I can't wait to see what Danny do with it.
Oh, gosh.
He's going to be fixing a plate at home somewhere.
But you're talking about my own child, and this is my child. This is my little boy, and all of this. And girl, stop it. Nicole, stop it. I want to know what award she won for psychology, because she's not a very good one.
Yep, she's not. She keeps talking, and she's not. But she's not thinking about anybody else right now but her. She's thinking about him, but she's thinking about herself and how they left her out still. You guys, but you're still not, okay, well, I need to basically see how he is. I'm going to go and, we need to, what are we going to do to help him right now? She didn't do that. She's still all about her and her feelings.
Yeah, right. And then going off of Sonia's comment really quick, because she said the only person that she listened to was DSL. So I do think, she was still thinking about herself in that moment and how she, could, because she was getting that award, so there's something to continue to add to her merit.
Nicole likes the attention, right? Attention. She likes the attention. She likes everybody acknowledging her as the smartest person in the room, and she gets very offended when she told Vanessa, I don't know why my family keeps thinking I can't handle anything, and I am the one that is a psychologist that can help everybody, and they don't let me help. You cannot help anybody because you're so busy judging everybody. Back in episode 1, when Danny was having her problems, you was busy judging her as to why she's crashing out over Bill. This woman just lost her husband. Why are you crashed out over Ted? You went over there and choked Leslie.
Sure did.
So what are we talking about here? And you need to worry about, what's going on in your own house. And you crashed out so much, threw your man out the door. I don't even want to be your emergency contact no more. Get rid of the trust. Get rid of everything. So how y'all supposed to come together about Martin? How could he have told you this is what happened to Martin and I performed the plastic surgery? What would your reaction to that have been?
Martin didn't know about the plastic surgery with Dad until...
I'm talking about Ted. What if Ted had come and told her?
Ted was trying to come to her, yeah. But
I mean, in the moment, how could he have told her, this is what has happened and this is what I have done? What would she have done?
She's very fragile. I agree. Because she just falling apart.
she is falling apart, and you don't even have the whole story. Now you out there in Ted face, in Bill face, huffing and puffing and stomping like the big, what they say, stomping with the big dog, and you don't even have the whole story. You don't even have the whole story. They didn't even have a chance to tell you that Marcel done took care of Kenny, and now we got another problem we got to deal with. Like, you don't even have all the pieces to the puzzle before you crashing out. And I'm like, Nicole, no, that's why, no.
Because that's just like
No.
Smitty. They're both honestly just tired of being lied to, and they act like spur of the moment versus, taking everything in
I
and
understand.
understanding.
I understand that. Like, when you get yourself in a position where you feel like nobody trusts you and they're lying to you, and you feel like your whole life is a lie and you don't know who to turn and what, I understand. But when you react like this to the news we give you, you prove why we don't tell you nothing, because you can't handle it. I have this conversation with my dad all the time. If anybody's out there watching, y'all know my father. We have this conversation all the time. He always says, why don't anybody tell me anything? One, because when we tell you, you fly off the handle. Or two, you don't keep it in the family. You go out and talk to all your buddies. You sit around, whatever, and everybody in the world know my business because you out there talking and venting to other people. So if I don't want all of the world to know my business, I don't tell my
Tell
father.
you.
When
I
my
think
husband
everybody
was
got one of those in the family.
when he was proposing to me, he called and he got permission from my mother, and she went on the trip with us. He did not call my dad and ask for permission until the night before, but he knew that had he said something earlier before our trip to Puerto Rico, my dad would have said something to me and I would have known I was being proposed to. So he had to play my father to the very last minute and then tell him. So that's the point. Like, if people know your MO and they know how you act, they treat you accordingly. So instead of the question being, why does my family see me that way? It's more so, why is it that I can't handle information than what is told to me?
Mm.
What is it that I'm doing or not doing that makes me inaccessible to the truth of my family? Let me sit down and think of how I treated Martin when he came to try and talk to me, and I saw
She
physically
ain't
with
thinking
my
about that.
eyes that he was in a state and he tried to talk to me, and I referred him out. What is it when Ted came to me and said, I got something to tell you, that you crashed out so bad about Danny and Andre that you didn't even realize that Ted never told you what he came to tell you?
Tell you.
You so busy huffing and puffing that you aren't looking in your eyes and seeing this for what it is.
And see again, and then she gonna fuss at him later, talking about, well, I was trying to tell you something. You basically went off the handle.
If we ever find him.
If we ever find him, yeah. Knows where he is.
Drop
He's
Leslie off
he's
yet.
on hiatus this week.
Yeah, so they are both on. And where is Ted in this moment? You mean to tell me
That's what
you
I'm
didn't
talking
got
about. Ted
with
is on
that?
hiatus.
No, Ted's still down there trying to work on that accreditation and drop Leslie off to the house. But you've heard that Martin's press conference didn't go well. You knew the man was back in town. Ted, you came to the meeting at Bill's office. Why aren't you at Martin's
At the
side
press
from then
conference.
on?
I mean,
At
Cat
this
too.
point, you should have never left Martin's side when you knew this man was back in town. You said, oh, well, I went to the meeting. All right. And then you went on about your business. You went back to work. Your boy is being stalked, Ted.
But what got me, what this is back to Martin. So Martin and Dad are sitting at the table. He's like, I feel so alone now and so broken. But if you would have came to him, you were going to do all of this anyway. So you didn't have this thought process in your head that, oh, I'm going to basically lose and my husband is going to be pissed off at me. My kids are I'm going to be alone, or I might be. Because he told you before you even walked out the door, if you leave right now, you tried Smitty, and Smitty just basically, I still don't think Smitty was right, but he told you don't leave and you left. But you were going to do this anyway, and you crying about the after effects. I don't understand.
But I like how, and bringing it back to Donald's point, I like how Samantha took it back to Smitty today and say, well, you not telling us what's
The whole
going on,
story.
and you're not telling us the whole story. Aren't you doing the same thing that Pop was trying to do to us, which means protect us? You're both doing the same thing. Y'all just going about it in different ways. Not saying those ways are correct, but your motivation behind what you're doing is the same. And that's what I need everybody to stop and think about. We're doing the exact same thing. Our methods are just different. So you want me to empathize with your reasoning, but you can't empathize with mine, but we're trying to get to the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. And you're right, Lynn. Smitty cannot be trusted in this moment because he's still got the journalism mode. It stunned him. He was not expecting to hear what he heard. That's number one. That's why, again, like we said, he had them kids in the room to hear the tea all together. He wasn't expecting that. But now that he has that, he don't know how, because he done got Jacob involved. He done dug the editor call and talk about where's the story, because you done told me you had a good one. Now you got to pay for this house because you done put the breadwinner out, so you need this check.
You got to finish this story somehow, some way.
Donald, he can't be trusted because him and Jacob gonna get together and they gonna push the story, and all of them, Martin, Vernon, Marcel, and Elon, they all gonna end up in the clink for the story. They're gonna end up in the clink.
Vanessa and Doug too. Just go ahead and add them.
Vanessa,
they're just so nosy for no reason.
Sonya, he hadn't blabbed yet, but if you finish watching and you see the preview for next week, it's gonna get heated, and Smitty and Jacob gonna team up and they gonna expose the whole thing.
And then everybody going to jail.
Per the previews for next week, it's gonna go off. Do you really, Lynn? I don't know. I don't know, maybe. Now, Elon is cute. We talked about that. I don't know about Marcel. Marcel remind me of somebody from the old blaxploitation movies. Maybe that's why you like him, Lynn, because it's a blaxploitation thing.
He looked like Shaft.
Maybe that's why you like him in particular.
Blackula.
He does look like somebody, but I do like his hair though. I like the smooth look. That I do like that. But yeah, I think that Elon is cute too.
Lynn said yes, that's what it is.
So let's discuss these people and then let's move on. What in the world is happening over here?
You still
stop
off.
it. Let me be great. Good gosh. What is going on with this chick back here in the back? Allison has lost her mind.
That ain't Allison, but yeah.
Allison in the background hanging over them. She has lost her ever-loving mind and keep coming up to the table and, oh, here's your hair clip and oh, it was so hot and steamy and oh, me and you together. I was like, if Madison don't get up and put this girl in her place.
She need to shut it down right quick. Look, stop following me and my baby. Get it? We're not going to be together. This is not going to happen. Well, no, this is not happening.
I think Allison, I sort of mentioned this in the chat, but I do think Allison is a trafficker.
You think she's a trafficker?
I think she is a trafficker. Like her and her husband are traffickers, and Chelsea was probably, kind of involved in that. And she didn't know, but that's why Allison is kind of coming back.
Well, Donald, I know that's a random white woman. I'm just talking about her being in the background. I know that's not her. I don't have the picture with her, but yeah.
But yeah, just how she just keeps hanging around like that, it's some type of trafficking thing going on. It has to be, because it's
really.
I think she's just psycho. I think she's going to be single black female. I think that's what her problem is going to be.
Because if you kind of notice, she's also trying to look a bit like Chelsea too, or she's like,
she did,
and I have this hair clip, I have this, and then her husband was trying to divorce her and all that, and so she's trying to get Chelsea back to try to make that work, because maybe that's their breadwinner was Chelsea.
I think she definitely was into being in her circle because Chelsea is a supermodel, because she didn't even realize that Chelsea quit until Chelsea told her. I think she was caught up in the persona of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Donald, that's
Donald.
a good point. I'm thinking that
I'm with
too,
Donald
Donald.
on that one. I think
I'm
she's going to
thinking
get
that
kidnapped.
too.
I think she's going to play the single white female, and she's going to,
Trafficking. It's trafficking. It's got to be trafficking.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think, Aly, I think you're on to something. I think about that.
Because I'm thinking the husband, what did he say? Why is her head so big?
And then,
oh my gosh.
And I think that's something you don't really see. It's something that's always in the news, but it's something you don't really see on shows like trafficking stuff.
That is
so
true.
that the writers might tie that in.
And so you think that her and her husband are working together. They have devised this plot to bring Chelsea back in and to traffic her to a cartel to across the sea, or they're using Chelsea as the clout to bring more girls in, like.
Yeah, because we don't know if there's, it could have been videos, like Chelsea's such a, high profile person. We don't know, but they were probably getting more money with Chelsea being there or something. So
in any case, Allison is very dangerous.
Yeah.
In any case,
she's dangerous.
She just makes my cringe meter and creep meter go off every time I see her. It's like,
I think she might have killed the husband.
It's very Silence of the Lamb-ish.
I think she might have did something. Maybe he was trying to keep her at bay. Then he knew she was a little off, and he pissed her off when she.
That's right, because we haven't seen the husband no more. He didn't.
Yeah, because we haven't seen him anymore. So I'm like, maybe he was trying. He was the one that was keeping her together, and since now he's saying something's going on between their marriage, maybe he left and he's like, I can't take the crazy anymore. Maybe maybe that's it, and she's just gone.
Or he said, no, you have to bring Chelsea back, or this is not going to work, or
maybe he was really into that. Maybe he really
Lynn, I know I watch a lot of Criminal Minds, Lynn. I do. CSI Criminal Minds, that's my show. So I
mean, it could be though. This is soap opera world, and it's not that far off from reality, honestly. Like, I feel like a lot of the things that they're touching, they're taken from the headlines of today. So I think it's very possible that that's what it can be. But I think, Chelsea, you in danger. And I need you and Madison to go find somewhere else to eat except for Uptown. Don't go to Orphan Jeans. Take her to the country club, because Allison can't get in there, boo. So if you want to have somewhere to be with Madison by yourself, either go back to your little apartment and get some more Chinese food like y'all did before in Daddy's guest house, or go to the country club, because Allison can't get in the country club, but she can go to Uptown and she can go to Orphan Jeans.
And then low-key, if they do go the trafficking route, because it could involve Madison getting taken just to get back at Chelsea.
It's like all kinds of just, it just gives me the willies. Look, we can say Johnny G. Willikers. Look.
Johnny G. Willikers, oh goodness.
Woo. All right, y'all. So we're going to be back with our trivia answers. So, Angela, you have Aly. Unfortunately, you cannot answer the questions.
Yep, you can't answer the questions.
You cannot get in. You are in the host position tonight, so you cannot participate in the answer of the questions. I know. So, Angela, you figure out our winners and let us know when it
like, Aly,
right
she can't answer. I'm like, okay.
She tried it.
I want the basket.
She tried it.
right?
I like that one. Okay, you turn. Oh no, you are a mess, and it got all over the pillow.
I mean, I could throw it in the washer right now so it doesn't stain.
No, you sit right there. It's no worries. That's why I got tied.
Come on, babe. You don't have to do all the work.
No, okay. Look at that.
Come here.
No. Oh my god.
I'm great with washers, all right? Plus, Ty's got my back.
Secret weapon.
Wow, this smells so good.
Yeah, it smells like clean. Thanks for helping.
After everything you said about how inconsiderate your dad is, there's no way I'm giving you a reason to say I married my dad.
You are so not my dad. And that's a constant blessing.
Looks like you still managed to go a little over the top, even though she handcuffed your plans.
Mother, I am never going to apologize for celebrating my miracle baby's birthday.
Nor should you. But what you should be celebrating is that Kat hasn't stopped you yet.
You're right, the day is coming where Kat will not allow it. Oh, can you do me a favor and spray the Febreze? It always makes the house feel so fresh and welcoming for parties.
You stole that trick from me.
I learned from the best.
Febreze, refresh and energize. I don't know this scent. Oh, that's nice.
Right? Oh, I hope Kat enjoys herself. She pared my list down to only family. I wanted to go full-blown Bridgerton meets Bratz with costumes and everything. This is our compromise.
It's very nice.
Oh, and she will appreciate this too. Kat insists on it. She says for parties, you gotta have the Febreze to set the vibe. Oh.
Okay.
Here we are. So Angela, who was the first person or
The
persons?
first person to get, well, we got 1 and 1. So Donald at 9:59 got the debate answer correct.
Okay.
And
Congratulations, Donald.
And then Marvella at 10:03 got the Vanessa McBride Realty, because you didn't get the correct answer for the realty question, Donald.
Okay, so Donald and Marvella, they each got one. So congratulations, you all. You each get an entry into the Procter & Gamble basket giveaway. So congratulations to both Donald and Marvella for answering tonight's trivia question. Now, again, gatekeepers, this is a chance for y'all to go in and put in the comments again, if you're watching, or if you can vote in the group, who you vote for being kicked out of the gates this week and why. And now it is time for us to do our official nominations. And I'll start. I have to go with Smitty. Smitty, I think you disappointed me the most. I expected for Nicole to crash out the way that she did, but Smitty, you were such the loving husband and the holder and the protector and the empathizer and all the things to your husband, and then you just turned into journalist and investigator and forgot to empathize when he finally came clean. He did exactly what you wanted him to do, what you begged him to do, and when he did it, you completely left him out there in the wind by himself. Like, you did not make and create a safe space for him to finally tell you, and you proved to him and me why he didn't come to you in the first place. Because had he told you when he first had the nightmare what happened, what would your reaction be? Now, granted, Smitty, you probably frustrated at this point because you've been begging and begging, but when you get what you finally asked for, is it enough? And I tell my students this all the time. What is it that you want when you're do you want resolution or do you want the conflict? Because when I give you the resolution that you say you want it, you still want to be combative and enter into the conflict. So you can't have it both ways. What do you want? What is the resolution? He told you. Now that argument goes off the table, but now you still want the conflict. You can't have both. So my vote for eviction tonight is Smitty. Angela?
Okay. Smitty is just on the block. He because I mean, I've only been married 13 years, but I get that you cannot just kick people out of the house. That's not going to solve your marriage, especially if you're saying you still love this man and you still want him to be with you and blah blah blah, but you're not going to solve anything by kicking out. You got to basically sit there and talk. So I'm going that route, but like Ursula said, it's like if you saw where everything was coming, basically with you being this whole investigative reporter, so you see where it's going now. So you're either going to stand by your man and basically be there through thick and thin, love till death do us part, or are you going to turn him in? What are you going to do? Because then your kids don't have a family, and you're on a pop, not a father. But yeah, but I'm just mad at you, Spitty. And I know, Donald, you don't appreciate it, but mad at me. And Nicole, both of them got to go. They just both got to go.
All right, Aly, what's your nomination?
Well, I have 3 nominations.
Okay.
So I have Jacob Aloysius for obvious reasons.
Okay. Use his whole government name.
Yeah, I have government name. Yeah. Nicole Mercedes.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to listen. And then also Anita Thomasina.
Oh, yeah. You didn't do a Smitty?
No, not Smitty.
She already did Smitty. Anita. Listen, Anita downplayed it way too much for me because it is serious. She downplayed it as just a disturbance. Now I agree with Nicole when she said that. She said this is not just a disruption. This is it's somebody's life. So the gravity of the situation warrants more for Anita's callousness about it.
I think Anita downplayed it because it's been 2 years for her. I think if it would have happened immediately, she's had time to kind of, feel it through and everything else. But to Nicole, yes, this is not a disruption. It definitely not. But Anita's had time to kind of mull it over and be like, okay, well, yeah. So that's why I think she downplayed it some.
Because I see both sides on what Anita was like trying to do, but she still should have told Nicole the truth, or everyone should have told Nicole the truth. Because you don't do that. Like, that is his mother. I mean, like, even his father knew.
Nicole's so fragile. I'm with Sonia. She's just so fragile. See,
I think it was, and she is going through all that stuff with Ted, but I think it would have, like, her fall would have been a whole lot easier if she would have known earlier. If she would have known how to handle it.
I mean, I completely agree that the decision that Vernon, Anita, and Martin made in that moment was the wrong one. They so busy having the family meetings and they like to summon everybody to the house. That was a moment to text 911. Everybody get to the house. We have an issue that we're going to decide how to handle as a family. This is what has happened. You can't call the whole family out to the road to figure out what happened. But after they made that decision, now this is what we have done. Now this is what we're going to do from here out. Like, everybody that it affects should have been involved. And they were definitely wrong for leaving Nicole out about her child. Especially when my husband knew and I didn't. They were wrong for that. So yes, they handled that completely wrong. Absolutely 100%. wrong. So y'all can continue to comment whoever you're gonna have. We're gonna go away with some theme songs, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna have the official announcement as who is exiting Fairmont Crest tonight.
More while the weak ones fade, empty pockets. Trying to put on a smile, trying to fight these tears from crying, but Lord knows I'm dying, trying to put on a smile, Ooh, out here smiling like a fool, when the only thing we're smiling for, baby girl, the only thing we're smiling for was you. If I could turn back the hands on my rolling, you know I would.
All right, Aly, it's on you. Who's being kicked out tonight?
All right, so I have a triple elimination.
Oh, triple. Okay.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to kick out my grand, Anita Thomasina Williams Dupree. She's gotta go.
Anita got to go.
Then I'm gonna kick out my aunt Nicole Mercedes.
All right.
And then the last one, for obvious reasons, because he's just worrying about being good, is Jacob Aloysius.
What? You didn't put Smith.
No,
I think Smitty need to go. Boy, okay.
Honorable mention Smitty, but now.
So Jacob,
Donald's
Anita,
happy with that one.
and Nicole are the ones kicked out tonight. So y'all have it here, the exclusive. Jacob, but yeah, Jacob is out of pocket. I think he was out of pocket. So Jacob, Anita, and Nicole, y'all have been triply evicted tonight, and y'all are out of Fairmont Crest for the week. God bless you. All right, so we'll be right back with some prayer.
You'll talk over it.
All right. We are back.
Oh, my mama says she wants. Who'd you want out, Mama?
The mother.
Nicole?
She wants Anita out. Oh, Nicole. Oh, she wants Nicole. Okay.
Because she said she should have stayed there and waited for her child.
She should have.
And
she left before she talked
babe.
to Martin one-on-one. You're right.
Yep. She
She
left.
did.
She didn't. Yep.
I'm praying for Martin. Martin needs everybody's prayers. All of us at the Fairmont Crest CME Church, we have to lift, Brother Martin Richardson up in prayer, because Martin has been going through it, and no one. See, I told y'all, them Duprees hadn't been to church.
Yep, they sure have.
We have had this show since February 24th, and we have not seen them Duprees, Richardsons, Hamiltons, nobody down to the
Nobody's
church.
at church.
The pastor hadn't come over for prayer. We hadn't seen nobody with spiritual counsel other than Anita singing Amazing Grace at that piano. So y'all should have taken Martin to the pastor so he can take his sins and his burdens to the Lord and leave them there. He said, cast your cares upon me. Mm-hmm. And they did not tell Martin to do so he can unburden himself. And so y'all need some prayer. Martin needs some prayer. Smitty need prayer. The whole family, all the Duprees.
All the Duprees need prayer.
All the Duprees and their family, familiar extensions need prayer. And Vanessa need prayer too.
Yes, Vanessa always need prayer. Ooh, by that little hot thing there. Okay. So
Donald said he's doing the Bible study with them tomorrow.
But he said the Duprees ain't gonna be in church.
They go remotely. Yep,
they go remotely. Yep, there you go.
You're not going to tell me this wonderful country club and this wonderful grounds that they have the great-grandfather has, no grandfather, Vernon's father has founded. Y'all don't have a church. Y'all got a hotel that everybody see, to get to the hotel. That you're not going to tell me there's not a chapel or something in Fairworth Christ.
Right where the pastor, because he's...
Right. I mean, come on. They don't even take a plate over. They don't come over on Sunday. They don't have that soul food cooking.
I mean, pastor nobody came. Look, they didn't even have the pastor go visit what's her name in the hospital after she got hit by the car.
Y'all didn't even. The pastor ain't prayed for Laura. Y'all ain't even go to church on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We started in February. We done passed.
Nita should have had on her hat that day, and she had no hat, no church hat, nothing.
Nothing. No Easter dinner, no Easter ham and potato salad, and
what's the house
deviled eggs and carrying on. What is her name? Rowena.
She didn't cook. She didn't cook anything.
I mean, come on.
She was with her family.
She was home with her family. But they could have been at Ortho Jeans, and they should have catered in something.
Exactly. Like Donald, they needed the laying of the hands, and they needed some anointing oil. That remote stuff. That's why them Duprees is in the problem now. They keep their own counsel. And they don't need to keep their own counsel. They need to seek the counsel of the Lord and the pastors and things. And that's the problem. So, nah. They need to dip them. We need to dip all of them. Angela, you ready for the all right, Gatekeeper of the Week announcement? Hold on one second. Here we go. Wait.
Oh, that's right.
All right, Angela, who is our Gatekeeper of the Week?
Our Gatekeeper of the Week is, drum roll, sorry, that's loud, Sonia Youngblood. Miss Sonia, you are it.
Woo! Y'all go ahead.
You will have a chance to come on next week and be with us on the show. And basically talk with us and do your commentary on here with us. So we look so forward to it. Now, you can become a Gatekeeper of the Week like Sonia and Aly, and you can do that by, I can't even talk today, by engaging, commenting, posting, and repeating. And basically, we love seeing you guys post and comment all your things. And Donald, we love you guys make it very interesting on this show when we're sitting here talking. So keep that coming. We really want to see it, and we want to see more of you. And I wanted to say this because I know I had some friends that said they were going to comment and come on. If you guys are on and you could not get to comment for some odd reason, you might need to change your web browser and change it to Edge or change it back and forth to Chrome or to Firefox or something like that, because I know I had to basically come on Edge because it was acting a little funky on Chrome. So that might be why you might not be able to comment. So try that. And if you, hopefully we'll see a lot more of you guys commenting and come on here. But you can also go on YouTube. You can go on X. You can go on Instagram, and we're trying to post it to all of those things. And Miss Mendez is going to tell us a little bit more about that. Please, ma'am.
All right. First, a little bit of housekeeping before we go. That Sonia, again, congratulations. We look forward to speaking with you this week. Look in your Facebook Messenger. Probably by Monday, you should have a message from me with instructions of how to handle next week. So be on the lookout for that. And if you don't get anything from me by Monday, shoot me a shout out in the group, because I got a lot going on, and it might slip my mind. I doubt it, but be on the lookout for a DM message from me so that I can tell you how you can get on the show next week. Also, what am I supposed to be doing again, Angela?
Oh, showing how we can get on
the socials. Okay, so yes, this is where you go. So listen, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to give you all right now all of the other places we are besides Facebook. And like she said, we're on X, we're on Kick, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. Different places for you to do us everywhere. So here we go. And I'll post this again in the group so y'all can see the different socials that y'all can go there and support us on all of our pages. And that way you can follow up, because we put little Easter eggs in different places. And listen, y'all pay attention to when we post stuff, because I do a lot of things where you can get free entries for this basket. So pay attention when I put on there free entry posts. If you have to comment, or you comment on certain things or whatever I want you to say, password, whatever, you can get free entries into the basket if y'all pay attention to what we post in the group. So look for, messages from me, and I'll give y'all some free entries when you do that. Aly, give us our performer of the week.
Our performer of the week is Brandon Claiborne, aka Martin Richardson.
Yes.
Brandon Claiborne.
Yes.
Yes.
That's his
this week. He
yes.
is his real name. He's growing on me with them acting skills too. He's growing on me.
Oh yeah. I think he did a great. This was just his week. Martin's character has been ramping up for the last month now. Like he has really been stepping into his thing. So his role, and I think this was the perfect storyline for him. And I just love, today, especially how he's just been looking so shameful, so hurt, so stroking. Like he couldn't even look at Nicole in the eye when he walked in, and Vernon and Anita looking, he had his bags. He was looking so shameful. Like he couldn't even look them in the eye. I just got put out. Like the pain and agony that is all over Martin is so evident. Like he is doing such a wonderful job. Like, yes, he does have a high butt. I've been noticing how big his behind is and them pants on you. Like, wait a minute, what is really
he played him some
on?
football back in the day, or some basketball, something track. Maybe
You know how he was holding those bags. It made it seem like, yes, I've done this before. Let me just go on upstairs.
Yeah, I'm put out again. Like I love. Anita said, we had your things unpacked in the garden wing. That way,
yeah.
When the kids come, there's 2 other bedrooms. Y'all can go stay on that wing of the house. I'm like, go ahead, Anita. Go ahead with all that money, girl. Go ahead. Final thoughts, Aly. What are your final thoughts for tonight?
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate for the kids. And say that they are going to expose this whole thing because they weren't told the whole truth. And Samantha kind of hearing the snippet between Jacob and Smitty is going to cause them to do like all types of research, maybe, and then maybe post a picture of what is his name, Kenny, and that's what's going to open this whole thing up.
Them damn kids! I told you I can't stand them kids. I can't stand them kids.
Because we're millennials and we research and post everything on social media. So
see, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. That's the reason why they couldn't be trusted to tell them anything. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. That why you didn't pay attention to stranger danger and anything that we tried to teach you. That's the problem right there, Aly. I'm glad you put the nail on the head. All right, Donald. We'll see you. Take care. Be safe. Have a wonderful weekend, Donald. Yes. Go ahead, Angela. Final thoughts.
So my final thoughts are, I still think Chelsea definitely needs to watch out, because I think the girl is crazy and a little deranged, as Martin used to say. And I don't know. I don't see where that one's going. I'm also wondering if Bill somehow dropped the ball with Chelsea's lawsuit, because she came in there busting in his room. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with that, because I'm like, that was after the stroke, but did he just somehow forget, or I don't know, because she's like, how could you let this happen? And it's got to be.
I think Martin's drama just distracted him.
I think Haley's involved with that too.
So I'm like wondering if her whole thing is going down the drain now, or what's going to happen. So that's another thing. And I just want to see how Anita and Vernon are going to try and spin this for the whole family, to see how everybody's going to try and come together. Because they're like, we've got to bring it. I don't know how they're going to do that. They're going to do it somehow, because, it's family, and you don't get rid of family. And I agree with that, is you can be pissed off all day long, but I'll still love you and pray from you, even if it's from afar. But yeah, this is a big one. So we'll see how this works.
My final thought is for Nicole Mercedes Richardson, Dupree Richardson. Nicole, I need you to go back to some more training. From psychologist to psychologist, there are always training. There's conferences and things every year where we share more practices, more theories, more therapy, more this and that, bounce off with colleagues or whatever. And I think you need to go to one of those conferences, American Psychology Association, and you need to take a class in listening, because you are too busy talking and not enough listening. And I have a feeling that you are hijacking these people's sessions by telling them what you think they should do versus hearing what they're trying to tell you. Like Donald said earlier, you want to be the smartest person in the room and you want to know better, but you are not hearing what they're saying before you're jumping to judgment of what they need. You're already trying to fix them without actually assessing the need. So, Nicole, that is my final thought for you, is I need you to practice listening. If you're going to be the so-called fixer from now on, I need you to learn how to listen so you know what to fix. Because right now you crashing out all over Fairmont Crest and you don't even know what you're talking about because you only have half the story.
Yep.
So, Nicole, I need you to dial it back. Like Sonia said, take a chill pill, dial it back a little bit, and listen. Go, and before you start yelling and screaming at everybody, I want to see, we can't give us so much from the preview, but before you start yelling and screaming for everybody, I need you to go upstairs and talk to Martin. How about have some time, one-on-one time with him to figure out what we're going to do and what needs to be done. And what does Martin want you to do? Does he even want you involved in anything? Like, stop thinking for this grown man and trying to prove yourself, because I think this whole situation is less about Martin and more about you trying to prove that you're trustworthy and that people should let you do this. So I think that, Nicole, again, you're taking a very selfish approach and you're making it about you and less about Martin. because you have yet to, like you said, she should have stayed and waited for him to come back from. You knew that was at the country club. Why you didn't go to the country club, Martin?
Yep.
Let me come and talk to you. Come back to the house or call the phone. You got his number. These people act like they can't use their cell phones and stuff.
Because you see, he didn't even go to his. Well, I mean, his mom didn't know yet, but he didn't even go to Mama's house or when she came.
Because he tried to talk to her before and she referred.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So,
but the connection he has with his grandparents opposed to his mom is a lot closer. So it's what is that saying? So when she was trying to get pregnant, apparently Anita and them were the ones that were maybe dealing with him a little bit more because
but also
Ted was apparently out gallivanting with Leslie, so the grandparents had Martin.
But it's also shared tragedy at this point.
Yeah.
They're the ones in the room who know the secret. So I'm not gonna go someplace that somebody can't relate to what I'm talking about, and I gotta talk.
But I'm saying that I don't know if that relationship is still that close. Because I mean, we were saying in the beginning that it's like where are these so-called kids, first of all, in the beginning? And they don't ever come and see the grandparents. They don't ever, they went and saw Grands, Vernon and Anita. They didn't go over to grandparents' house.
And this is the first time I've seen Nicole in their house, and since the beginning of the show, I don't think I've ever seen Nicole at their house. If maybe once, they don't pop up over there and see. But you see how they tried to justify that. She said, "I said I wasn't going to be one of those annoying in-laws that just pop up unannounced, but you can go visit at some point.
Your grandchildren, and
you don't pop up at all.
Had a Sunday dinner or something over there. This year, your grandparents."
Exactly, and so. That's it. You're right, Sonia. That's it. She's just trying to go now and prove that she is worth her grain of salt and that everybody treating her like she's weak is wrong. So again, it's not about Martin. It's about her. So Nicole, I'm going to need you to step back and be the person that you claimed you could have been if they told you back then and help Martin through this and stop fire breathing all over Fairmont Crest and stomping around. And take a chill. So those are my final thoughts. Listen, Aly, thank you for sitting in with us this week.
Yes.
Keisha. You have been a great co-host. We appreciate having you. And Sonia, we look forward to seeing you here next week with us. And Keisha will be back. So I will give you how that format's going to go for next week. But thank you to Donald and Sonia and Marvella and everyone else who came and chatted it up with us tonight. And hopefully y'all will forward the podcast out of the group to other places or to your pages so other people can see and take part, secondhand in our discussion and know that we are here. So thank y'all so much for chatting through the week. Thank you for your prayers. Thank y'all for engaging in the group. I love seeing how y'all talk in the chats and things like that. I mean, it's great.
Y'all are blowing up.
Community is
Donald was serious about that daggone thing with Smitty. He was like done. He was like,
yeah, and I agreed with him. I agreed with him.
You agree with him. That's why you didn't kick him out because you agreed.
Yep,
with
that's
him.
why she didn't kick him out.
Yeah. He would have been all across the fence if it was up to me. But no, but seriously, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe. We will see y'all next week. We're going to come on a little earlier next week than 9 because I got something to do. So we're going to come on probably about 2 hours earlier. Actually, we're probably going to come on at 7 instead of 9.
We're going to try for 7?
Yeah, I think we're going to try for 7. That's going to help me the most. But yeah, so we'll be just a tad bit earlier than normal next week. But then we'll be back to our regular scheduled program. But that's it. And y'all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye. Thank
everybody.
you.
When I finish with you, 23-hour lockdown.
Very good. Oh yeah. How you doing? How are you?
Best empanadas.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Yeah, so my horizontal line is a little off. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold tight.
Every Friday night. No cooking necessary, no assembly required.